Oh, hey.
Hey, Georgie, like, what's going on? Why are you in shorts?
Well, they didn't warn me that it's going to be so cold in April in Ukraine.
Well, people don't know nothing about Ukraine sometimes, but you know what? I think I can help you. Are you ready for some Ukrainian magic trick to get you warm?
Just anything, please.
Whew. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it worked. Wow, do you have some more of that Ukrainian witchcraft by any chance?
Yes, we have Convoy 40, and I need your help with that. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
And guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave the unit code in the comments. You can see it here.
Hey guys, it's Georgie. We're here talking about the truck that was fundraised by the Dutch Battalion. And I'm here with the guys, Ivan and Victor, representing the 77th Airmobile Brigade. Welcome to another handover that we're having here. It's the first time I'm appearing, so forgiveness for this. But the most important, guys, is I'm really glad you made it here. I'm glad you're here. A lot of people always are interested to find out more about the front line and what specifically is happening. And it's like 3 years, it's a long time now. So what is the war like right now from your perspective? Where are you fighting and what are you seeing on your daily activities?
Hi to everyone. First of all, to thank you for all of your support, but if we talk about the front line, it's changed. We already fighting 30 years, like from 222, and it's tough, but it's changed. And now when we talk about assault missions on trucks, like in 2023, 2024 sometimes, now it's almost impossible. So it's usually you cannot go on truck to the front line exactly. You just go on a feet. So truck is now more support role, but even there, it's more dangerous than it was before because we have like more improved FPV drones, kind of like optic fiber control, and it's like make more difficult to fight.
Where do you fight right now? Which direction?
We are now on a Kupyansk direction.
They say in Kupyansk right now Russians are trying to kind of move across the river, right? So is there a challenge for that?
Yeah, it's challenge. It's not like exactly our direction. Like it's each kilometer can be direction for other units. You know, like it's a very huge defense line. But yeah, we have we close to that problem. So they wanted to move to the river to make goodest position for themselves.
So do you think this will help with that?
It's helped a lot with saving people's lives, because I'm probably sure it will be same using not only for supplies but for evacuating people. It happens not usually but regularly. So yeah, it will help a lot.
That's nice to hear. It's always nice to hear. I wondered, like, what was it felt for you to start like the war? Do you have anything that you could share about how it was for you, the beginning of the war?
Like for more people in the world, Ukrainian, not for all, but most, it's like surprising. You don't expect to these things in like modern age, but after few months, more maybe first year, you totally understand that like it came to you and you should to deal with it. You cannot just like put it on hold or to wait. And I think that's the problem that world should understand, that the problem is already knocking in the door and you should to solve it, not waiting. Yep. And I'm very appreciative the people who together with us with solving this problem.
And that's an important question because it's always, like, I'm a YouTuber, right? So I read a lot of the comments that people are making. And the question is, like, does this help you? Do you even feel that there is a support that is coming, especially now with the political changes that are happening all across the
world?
I will
show one example. Just today, we have like post company, Nova Posta, you know, and for my drone unit came, you know, like for dropping bombs, for Mavics, like some stuff.
Yeah.
You just put it on, just two pieces, and we already buy it from our money.
Yeah.
And one little volunteer said, "I have few. You want it?" We said yes. And when I bring for them, they was very thankful because it will help. It's just like little, but it helped. So if this helping in its field, you can be totally sure that it will help much more.
Well, we're great here. We're very, very glad that you guys are here. I want to, personally, from me, my community, the hundreds and thousands of people that try to continue supporting you, I want to say huge thanks for this. We have some patches for the Dutch battalion that I would like to hand it over for you. Would that be okay?
It will be good.
There we go.
Thank
you so much. We would like to invite also the drivers that helped drive these trucks for you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your participation.
So yeah, hello, welcome. So we also brought, we're from Belgium. We also brought some little sweets, so the world famous Belgium chocolates and Belgium waffles for you guys.
Thank you. We very appreciate that, like, you don't step aside, but without you here, we can feel your support, what you're doing for us, and it's very big value for us. Even you think it's like just like not enough or just a very small amount, is in total makes more job than somebody can like imagine. Because I don't know. In fact, you cannot even imagine if you're not there, how it's hard to drive, how it's hard to get from one point to another, and how it's hard if you have old or broken vehicle. So it will help a lot, and I'll call you to don't like fall, don't put your heads down, keep support us, and we very appreciate for that. Let's fight together and glory to Ukraine.
Heroyam Slava.
Standing here to thank to all Dutch battalion and their donators for this truck. We very appreciate for your help, and it will be used a lot to the front line.
And the most important thing, under this unexpected weather conditions, don't forget to wear warm jacket, maybe even several of them. It will protect your body from wind and freeze, just like your nations protect our lives. NAFO Lieutenants, Captain, Mayor, Colonel.
Well, I heard about the convoys from Indrek and these Help 44. So, and he kind of coerced me into doing it. I'd like to have done it before, but I've been working, so I had the opportunity, and I'd read about it, and I knew what it had done. I knew it had gained a lot of interest. It was known internationally now, so I thought, since I knew these people, I should come and get involved with NAFO Help 99, and so I said, all right, I'll drive. So I knew it was a big drive. I don't like driving, but here's the church bells. Do you want to?
It's all right.
Okay. So that was the biggest challenge, the driving. How far was it? 2,200 kilometers? I don't know. It's a long way from. And I looked at driving from London. That's even worse. So it made sense to leave with the Estonian party from Tallinn to come down here to Kiev. Obviously, there's a bit of certain amount of fatigue that comes into any war, and even, I was very aware of this, and many people didn't seem to be, or they forgot about 2014, and then 3 years ago the big invasion, the big push from Belarus and Russia, from that, and now it's 3 years on, and Trump's desertion of his duties, I think, as the leader of the free world, trying to do a deal with Russia. I don't know what his obsession with Putin is. It's absurd to me. But a lot of people say they stand behind Ukraine. That's very nice. You stand behind Ukraine. You're not standing here or here. You're behind them. So the Ukrainians are bearing the brunt of this miserable Russian expansionism. And I just need to let people know that they're doing this for all of us. So if Trump's lenient with them, then he gives them Ukraine. Then once he gives them the Baltic states, what does he? Where does this end? So we need to, and unfortunately, this has to be met with resistance and violence. I don't know why, this day and age, after all the troubles of 70 years ago in the war, why we're doing this again, or why people think this is a good idea, or this in any way is a solution. So I'm very angry at Russia, I'm very angry at Putin, this continued war, this continued victim making this revisionist history that is around about what Ukraine is and what it did and what it didn't do. It's all rubbish. So, that people should be free to determine what they want to do, not what Russia wants them to do. So that's my anger at it. That's why I was awake for 36 hours driving down here. It's a disappointment in the world, a disappointment in America, a disappointment in the European governments not to organize themselves properly. That's a big one. There's a very poignant bell at the right time.
Hey, this time we're having two great trucks fundraised by Rick the Ukrainian, ATP Geopolitics Jonathan, and Roman Trochimets for the 26th Artillery Brigade.
Yep.
Atom, very nice seeing you here.
Nice to see you.
Can you tell us a little bit about the work of the 26th Artillery Brigade, what you do, where you work, and about yourself, of course?
Yeah, my nickname is Atom. I'm from 26th Artillery Brigade, named after General Roman Dashkevich, the father of Ukrainian artillery. So what we do, we fight, as everyone who is here. Our main goal as an artillery brigade is to destroy Russian artillery, but we also do everything which is needed. So we can target on the front line to the infantry, some vehicles, every target that needs to be destroyed, we do that.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the role of the artillery? Because we've seen it evolve a little bit. There was like artillery, then there was the coming of the drones. What's the role of the artillery units and the brigade right now? Like how are you working in this modern era?
For example, our brigade forms so-called an artillery group, and as I told, our main goal is to destroy Russian artillery. But it's not only destruction. You know, when their artillery works for our positions or just while rotations and our people are under danger of an artillery shelling. Such stations like anti-PQ or drones, they can figure out where from Russians are shooting, and we send there a few shots, you know, just to shut it down, so to save lives as well. It also makes huge psychological effect when the Russians are trying to attack. So when the shelling, you know, are coming close, they have no much will to continue their move.
In our modern stuff, like, is it still a thing for artillery to arrive, just basically fire and just leave, or there is like more complex mechanics in there? Tell us, like, from a person that knows how it is.
It's also an interesting question. You know, the war is changing every day, and it's not the same as it was even yesterday. But comparing to the beginning of the war, when the artillery was forming a line, the battery under command 333 in fire, now it's separated. Each gun, each cannon is separated and well camouflaged. So I don't know how other brigades are doing, but for us we use closed positions where we just, for self-propelled artillery system, we just drive through a little bit, and we fire, we do what we need, and we just came back to the house, as we call it. So basically, it is a caponnier. It has like walls and ceiling with a net, like metal net. Camouflage nets, it all not to be damaged or was destroyed by FPV or Lancet or any kamikaze drone. They have various, they have plenty of them. That's how we work. Some types of guns, they still use like come, shoot and leave tactic, but they still have to be far away from the front line. We cannot allow ourselves to be far away, otherwise we'll just not cover their artillery. I want to thank ATP Geopolitics and Rig the Ukrainian and all their subscribers for fundraising to this wonderful car. It is really needed on Bakhmut direction, which is from Siversk to New York now. It is pretty wide. Thank you for everything you did, everything you do, and everything you will do. Slava Ukraini! Glory to Ukraine!
Guys, I want you to meet soldiers from the Vinci Battalion.
We serve in the fire support company of the 1st Separate Assault Battalion Da Vinci. We're engaged in destroying the enemy using American-made Mk-19 automatic grenade launchers, 82mm mortars, Browning machine guns, and other means.
I actually want to talk a little bit more about Dmytro Kotsiubaylo, the founder of this battalion, because he was actually a very prominent Ukrainian commander. He was one of the youngest ones to get a national award of Hero of Ukraine. He has several movies, like documentaries, made about him, and he was one of the actually most talented commanders in Ukrainian army, rewarded by Zaluzhny, by Zelensky. And could you tell us more about Dmytro, as you knew him personally, and maybe how he died, if you can tell us about it?
It was a pleasure to serve under his command. He was demanding but fair. He trained the soldiers well and always tried to find an approach to each one. Dmytro Kotsiubaylo died in Chasiv Yar near Bakhmut from an unexploded Grad MLRS shell. This shell was part of Grad salvo fired at the positions. But just as Dmytro was running nearby, the shell detonated and shrapnel hit him in the neck, and he died on the way to the hospital.
Thank you a lot for sharing this story. For now, I want to invite here Rick, and it's the person who collected money with his friends and fellows for this car that we are now handing out to you, and wishing you the best with all your combat missions. Rick, can you please come here?
Hi guys, we collected these funds, the funds for this truck and 3 others with ATP Geopolitics. They have their own patch from this campaign. It's a beautiful owl patch which represents the wisdom but also the danger that comes from the guys like Jonathan Pierce. Thank you, Jonathan. So guys, I want to give you this patch as a reminder of the great British supporters. This patch represents the unity of British and Ukrainian people who are standing together and marching together to our victory, well, fighting together too. And the patch that is from my side is the one that has Mr. Spock on it, and who says live long and prosper, but also adds and donate the Ukrainian way of saying it, and yeah, transformation. I thank you for your service, Makita, Santila. Let me hug you guys. Thank you. And I really hope that this truck will serve you well and it will live long also, and not be breaking.
Thank you. Thank you all. I want to express gratitude to ATP Geopolitics and Rick the Ukrainian, as well as to all of their subscribers and everyone who contributed to the fundraiser for this vehicle.
However, if the temperature outside doesn't look much attractive, don't forget to bring your gloves. It will protect your hands from freezing, just like your nations protect us, lieutenants and sergeants. There's militants from the Kholodny Regiment. This is a regiment of the combatants who are taking part in this war from Belarus. They're all volunteers, and here they are getting this car from us, from this 40s convoy. Guys, can you tell us more about the Kholodny Regiment and why you decided to join?
Kholodny Regiment is a movement of Belarusians who want to fight against our enemy, against Ukrainian enemy. It's the same one.
I know that you have an interesting background, because before joining Ukrainian army, You were not living in Ukraine, am I right?
Yeah, I've been living in Belarus, in Minsk. I've been playing poker professionally.
How old were you when you decided to go to join this war on the Ukrainian side and fight Russians?
I was 37, it was 3 years ago.
And why it was the thing for you? Because not even all Ukrainians are in the army right now fighting for our country, but you as a person from another country decided to join, to come here and to take part in this war.
Well, I took part in protests in Belarus in 2020. I've been jailed there. When war started, I felt like I have a chance to continue fighting and do even more. When war began, I've been at home. I remember that I couldn't sleep for a few days. I've been pretty shocked. I decided to join and was looking for ways to join and found one.
So is it like a personal thing for you, like a personal revenge to Russians?
Maybe after I've been arrested, yeah, it's personal.
What do you hope for in a political case later? Lots of uncertainties going on right now, discussions about peace, deals. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't really believe in peace and deals. That's just my opinion.
What is this car going to be doing?
Well, this car will help a couple of equipage from our UAV company who's struggling with the car.
Well, apart from car, we also want to deliver you from our team some goods, some sweets from Estonia, and also trench candles. They're always in need, even though the summer is approaching, but the weather is unpredictable. And thank you again for doing this, for helping our country, and for standing for all of us. I want to present you some patches from NAFO. NAFO squad, those are people, the squad that was helping to collect money for this car. And hope you all the best, and thank you again for protecting our freedom. Thank you so much.
Probably this is technically my fourth or fifth convoy, but it's been 4 times at least, yeah. When the war broke out in 2014, my neighbor was actually in Tallinn now, is the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church, so I was well aware of what was going on, and then started small. This is such a black and white situation. It's not a question who's right, who's wrong here. It's clear that Russia attacked the Ukraine, and which means that it attacked the entire free world. And so, what else can I do but help my brothers and sisters in Ukraine? This isn't the war about whether we're going to have a free world or not. I mean, Russia is breaking the rules through the violence. And as I said, this is the first war of our generation, and we went through the fall of Berlin Wall, the disintegration of Soviet Union. And but still, Russia does not seem to understand that countries want to be free and prosper. And it's actually so easy to be on the right side of the history for anybody. You don't need to be rich or poor or anything. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you support €5 or 5,000 euros, as long as you keep it going. So this is our war that we need to win, and that's the only option we have. We do not have an option to lose this war, because if we lose, that means pretty much the end of the free world as we know, not only for Ukraine. So it's not just Ukraine fighting for them, Ukraine is fighting for us. And that's what we keep going and keep driving, have sleepless nights driving here, and whatever you can do. But I also think I used to do a lot of different things. I was buying old ambulances
Then I was buying generators, then I was buying tourniquets. But in the end, I actually realized that the best is that if we all come together. And the NAFO is by far the best organization to actually, both in terms of logistics, we had 100% success rate delivered all the cars this time, and in terms of the cooperation and in terms of how international it is. So, you know, it's as a financier, I need to put my money where it's most efficient. And clearly NAFO is the most efficient way and the easiest way to literally to do it. So I made a promise at the beginning of the war that the fact that I can sleep in my bed with my family every night without any bombs falling, that I will donate for every night I can be in my home peacefully. I will donate the price of a hotel room to Ukraine. So far I've been keeping this promise.
I began my service 15 years ago. My service wasn't interrupted, and I started serving as a soldier in 2010. I've just arrived here from Vovchansk. It was a long way to get to you. We're still performing our duties. Our unit is no longer as strong as it used to be when we deployed. Now we have weakened a bit. I'll say it as it is. We won't hide this. The war has changed. In the beginning we fought more in street battles. We had street fights, equipment was used, but now everything has become modernized. Now there are drones, robots everywhere. Everything has become robotized, and the war has become a bit harder in this regard. We no longer conduct classic infantry battles. The last time we fought like that, with actual street fighting, was in Toretsk.
Why did you decide to choose the military career, military path in your life?
I finished school, enrolled in the Kharkiv Polytechnic Institute. I realized it wasn't for me. I was the kind of guy who was always looking for something new. I needed to learn something, to try things, and I tried joining the military service. I went to conscript service. They didn't even have time to draft me because I had just turned 18. I didn't wait for the recruitment office to catch me. I went myself, served a little as a conscript, and then signed a contract. I liked the male environment. There were no girls there then. The fight for gender equality started later, around 2014. I realized this was for me. You have to stand for your country, be a patriot of your country, not just go through the motions in this country.
For people who are not in the military, it's very hard to imagine what it is to be serving. If you could try to describe to a civil person what is it like to be in the army and to fight for your country during war, how would you describe it?
I can't say for sure. I'm probably the kind of person who simply gave their best years to the army. And perhaps I can motivate someone with this. I will say that all professions are needed. But forcing someone to join the army, no. It's everyone's choice.
For now in the era, we hear lots of discussions about possible peace deals and negotiations, and some people want to stop this war no matter what. What do you think about it? What do your soldiers think about it?
My soldiers think about only one thing: completing the mission. I emphasize to them that they shouldn't think that peace will come tomorrow and relax. Because the situation we have now is actually escalating in our sector. Not a single soldier has approached me yet and asked, "Major, sir, will we have some kind of truce or something?" They don't ask such things. They stand firm. They know they need to stand, need to do something. But to give up and wait for a truce? No. Everyone wants it, of course. I want to rest. I've said it before. My first son grew up. I only saw him in his 5th year of life. Now my second son is growing up. I see him. Just once. If I see him every 3-4 months, that's good. I've been fighting for 3 years. And as I say, soldiers and officers, basically, we don't think about this. If there's a truce, good. I'm totally up for having a truce in our country, so that civilians don't suffer from this war. We stand, carry out missions, and then you watch the news. Children died there. Civilians. It's very painful because these children have done nothing wrong, just like the civilians. The war started between us. I hate it the most when civilians suffer.
Well, you said you're now in Vovchansk region, and I saw on the news recently that also President Zelensky and Chief Commander Syrsky said that there are lots of active actions going on in that region, in Kharkiv and Sumy region right now. And I hope that all of your soldiers, all of your comrades are staying safe and wishing you all the best in this fight. I thank you so much for being there on the front line and protecting my civil life.
Thank you for helping in these difficult times. Not just our unit, but all the guys who are currently performing tasks there. Thanks to you, we stand firm, and thanks to people like you, we will continue to stand. Thank you once again. I want to thank Wartranslated and their subscribers for raising funds for this vehicle. Thanks to you and these vehicles, we're fulfilling our combat missions and continue to fight for our land. I am the chief of the medical point for the Unmanned Systems Battalion of the 37th Marine Brigade. Our main task as a medical point is providing medical evacuation for the wounded as well as treating the sick. We need case evac vehicles, and we are already receiving them now so that we can quickly evacuate wounded pilots from their positions in a timely manner.
Bjorn has a very interesting background story before joining the army, because he was actually an intern during his doctor career, while pursuing his doctor career. And as far as I remember, he used to be a surgeon.
Yes, I worked in vascular surgery. Several times I wanted to leave my internship and join the armed forces of Ukraine, but I was persuaded to finish it to become a doctor, so that I could use my knowledge more effectively. And the day after finishing my internship, I joined the armed forces of Ukraine. In general, I handle evacuation of the wounded, but last month there was a case with a severely wounded soldier who had 3 tourniquets applied. I arranged with one of the stabilization points for him to be admitted faster, and there, together with the surgeon I saw for the first time in my life, we operated on this wounded soldier. Therefore, it's very good that I have surgical knowledge, as I can expedite the provision of surgical aid to the wounded.
From this experience and from this story, I believe that you have many more stories of saving lives of people from the front line. Maybe you can share 1 or 2 more that was something unexpected, and you coordinated everything well and performed and saved life of your comrades.
There was a wounded soldier with very severe injuries who covered about 7 kilometers on his own to reach the evacuation point. His arm, leg and chest were wounded. I can't imagine how it happened, but he managed to reach the evacuation point. He survived. And when I showed his photos to colleagues, they asked, "Is this all the same person?" I answered, "Yes. That's why our guys do the incredible."
Do you still think about going back to being a doctor in civil life, or
No.
No?
No.
That's not interesting. So you plan to to continue being in the army, have an army career?
As long as the war continues, I will remain in the army and will try to bring our victory closer. I see no point in thinking about civilian life and building it while the war is ongoing. To have some kind of future, you have to build it yourself.
Bjorn, I want to thank you again for your job, for what you're doing. It's not like a just a job. It's not like any other jobs in comparison. It's I don't know, a way of life, and you kind of dedicate yours to serving and to saving lives. So just want to shake your hand. Thank you so much for this, and I think everybody here are also thankful to what you're doing. Here's the driver. I think you can meet the guys. They delivered this car.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where are you from, guys?
Yes, I'm from Estonia, and Valeri is also from Estonia, but he's also Ukrainian.
Mm-hmm. Why did you decide to come here and deliver this car?
You know, the small things you can do, you try to do and help Ukraine much as you can, since all Estonians know that you're also fighting for Baltics and also Poland and all Eastern Bloc, basically. And yeah, we try our best.
We really appreciate it.
This is my second convoy. I've been here in December before, and it was freezing awful cold. And this time I spent a little bit more sleeping in front of driving, because you have to go for 30 hours in the car. So you should have been awake. And I do several things before, so I draw things and do little gifts for the soldiers and the drivers. As an employee at a university, for me it's very important to be open-minded and to respect other one's goals and borders. And I already get the reaction at the other colleagues as well, that they don't like that someone began a war and start a war and doing violences. And so I think it's important to come here to do something against that. I'm from the DACH battalion in Germany. That means D for Germany, A for Austria, and CH for Switzerland. And these are grouped together which try to collect together money for 3 medical evacuation trucks. So they help people to save lives. We try to get enough money for doing 3 of these cars to save lives and people. And hopefully it works. Hopefully, maybe we get more money. Hopefully, we don't know. We will see. And each money, each euro, each dollar, whatever counts. So spend money, fundraise, a medication evacuation driving, car, whatever. Fahrzeug, yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't change the weather no matter how much we want to. But we can buy some nice tea or coffee from our favorite coffee shop, and it warms hands and also brings mood to another level, just like your donations.
This is special truck today that I'm presenting is been fundraised by David Taylor, UK MP. Huge thanks for that. And I'm meeting today a representative from the 23rd Brigade. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, about brigade, and what do you do?
I'm currently serving as a driver in the Kurakhiv direction.
Kurakhiv is well known to be one of the most challenging, if not the most challenging directions on the front line right now. It's pretty dangerous to be a driver there. Do you feel it that way, or do you think there are some ways that it's easier than some other professions?
For 3 years now, I've been working side by side with the infantry, driving them out to and picking them up from positions. Now I am a driver for a mortar unit, so I also deliver mortar rounds. Infantrymen always thought it was better to be a driver because it was safer. But when they tried driving to the positions a few times, they would say, "No, we'd rather sit in the trenches."
A lot of times we see these road of lives and road of death situation being formed along the Ukrainian front line. How do you navigate to this? Like, do you drive during the day? Do you drive during the night? Like, is there any things that you choose to do one way or other than the other?
We only drive to positions at night. Sometimes when there's fog or rain, we can also drive out during the day to pick up wounded or fallen guys. Drivers really need intuition. Sometimes we argue with the command because they see the situation on screen, but the picture from there is somewhat different. It doesn't show the rain, the large number of impassable sections, and so on.
I want to tell about, or maybe a story that you would not ever want to tell about anymore after this. Something that's stuck in your mind that you would like to share?
I was supposed to take the guys to the positions. We were just drinking coffee when we were told we need to leave. I said, I'll finish my coffee and then we'll go. And as we were moving through Avdiivka, a shell landed and exploded about 300-400 meters away from us. Shrapnel, dirt and debris rained down on the cabin. My partner and I looked at each other and I said that a cup of coffee had saved us and the guys.
I want to thank you so much for your service and your dedication, and I'm hoping that this vehicle will help you in your work, and we're going to try from everyone here and everyone that is supporting Ukraine to continue supporting Ukraine as much as we can. And here is a patch from David that I would like to present to you, if that would be okay.
I would also like to say a few words. I would also like to express sincere gratitude. As far as I know, your organization has been cooperating with our brigade for a long time now. Your help is extremely important, and I hope we will continue to cooperate in the future because we really need it.
Belgium chocolates.
Thank you.
Okay.
We like sweets.
Also, Belgium Battalion.
I would like to express gratitude to the subscribers of UK Battalion. Your help, which ensures the sustainment of our battalion, is very useful.
Яка забезпечує життєдіяльність нашого батальйону.
I'm meeting probably one of the most recognized and known brigades in the Ukrainian military. Oh,
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, is it too early? Okay. Sorry guys, start from the beginning. Sorry.
I'm meeting 93rd Separate Brigade, which is also named Brigade Kholodny Yar. You guys can tell us more about who you are, where you come from, how did you earn your name, and what are you doing right now on the front lines?
Воюю з 2014 року.
I've been fighting since 2014. Went through all the hot spots. Debaltseve, Soledar, Bakhmut. I started my service in the infantry. I was a sapper, then a gunner in a BMP-2 crew. Before the start of the full-scale war, I was a squad leader. During treatment after being wounded, I finished university, obtained higher education, and became a company commander. The 93rd Brigade, as far as I know, never gives up positions and certainly never retreats.
поля вона ніколи не відступає.
While I'm here presenting this truck, the actual people that help fundraise for this truck is the Jonathan from ATP Geopolitics, and more importantly is Rick the Ukrainian, who is a big friend of mine. And I would like to welcome Rick the Ukrainian to come in and present his
Georgie.
truck. Hey Rick. I think the most important question that everyone is keep asking me is like, how else can we help? Like, what else can we do to help you out? That's the most important.
The most important thing we need now are off-road vehicles that can quickly drive into positions, pick up personnel, drop off infantry and drive out. Because they're fast, while military armored vehicles are not as maneuverable or fast. We also need UAVs, Mavics and FPV drones, because the war now largely depends on unmanned aerial vehicles. We thank ATP Geopolitics, Rick the Ukrainian and their subscribers for purchasing the vehicle, which help carry out combat missions in the Bakhmut direction, particularly for the timely evacuation of service members and delivering ammunition to them.
This truck has been fundraised by Yoni and the Suomi Battalion. Big thanks to the man, I follow him a lot. And today I'm here with the drone recon unit from the, what's it called? Witcher, I guess. Can you tell us a little bit more about it and what you guys do?
As soon as drones and similar technologies started gaining momentum in the war, we realized back then, in the very first days, that this was a very promising direction, and that these technologies would work for us and against the enemy. We created this unit ourselves. We were highly motivated and specifically wanted to work towards efficiency.
Drones have changed a lot during this war. A lot of people are trying to follow because it's all new and they're basically defining the war right now. What is the challenges with drones right now? What are the benefits and what do you think could be the next step for it?
The prospects are huge. Everything depends on drones now. In our sector, there are probably already as many aerial reconnaissance operators as infantry, if not more. Everything relies on drones. Reconnaissance, defense. It's a constant game. Who outsmarts whom? Who turns out to be craftier, faster? Who reaches the position quicker, deploys the equipment, completes the mission, finds the target and destroys it.
There is a big challenge of electronic warfare. How do you work in these weird conditions and how bad is it?
Yes, electronic warfare systems are very active right now. There's probably no place on the front line that electronic warfare doesn't reach, both ours and the enemy's. This causes some confusion. Many units have their own EW systems. Everyone wants to protect themselves from enemy drones. And friendly fire often occurs when our own EW systems ground our own drones. This leads to some curious moments. For example, in our general online chat, shouts like, "Who grabbed the drone? Let go!" There are a lot of EW systems. It often happens. You're piloting a drone and suddenly EW grabs it and drone falls or loses connection and it's unclear whose EW it was, ours or the enemy's. In general, we're constantly fighting against EW systems. There are a lot of EW systems, but there is a way out. You can find a way to fly through or somehow bypass the operational zone. We try, we fight, we work.
Russians has been adapting intensively. Ukraine has been one step ahead in drone warfare, but then the fiber optic drones came in and it felt that Russians kind of took like one step before the Ukrainians in this case. Do you think Ukraine can catch up and maybe go in further than the Russians in some future? Can we hope for that?
Yes, I'm convinced that we will win. For example, with the help of the artificial intelligence that we're implementing, or other similar technologies. So yes, this is temporary. Perhaps the enemies are slightly ahead in this regard, but it's not critical.
Well, this has been fundraised by Yevheniia, But my question to you is this your favorite type of auto?
Regarding personal preferences, yes, I really love German cars, and Volkswagen is something close to the heart. It will help us a lot. And yes, a Volkswagen is exactly what's needed.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
And from Jonis and Suomi Battalion, you guys have patches. They help fundraise for, well, basically they fundraise for this auto. So thank you so much from them. Thank you so much from me. And thank you so much from everyone that is here and everyone that is watching this. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Дякую.
We want to thank the Suomi Battalion community and everyone who contributed to the fundraiser for this vehicle, which will help us carry out tasks in the eastern direction. Thank you all. This is very important for us.
Слава Україні!
Well, guys, the magic has happened. It's now getting sunnier, warmer, and it's all thanks to you and your effort in participation of bringing these amazing vehicles and other help to the Ukrainian armed forces. The guys are going to do their hard work to make sure that this magic is not going to go in vain, and we're going to make sure that we bring that magical moment of victory closer and closer together. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for continuously donating, and we need to do more and more because the war is not over. This is Georgie from Ukraine Matters, signing out for today. I love you. Trust in Ukrainian Armed Forces. Slava Ukraini, and I will see you next time.